Hey guys, so after editing I realized I forgot to record an intro, so thank you guys for tuning into my video. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette. Okay, so to cut down on some time, I already did one eye off camera and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. This is not really what I thought I was going to do, but we're running with it anyways. So today we are obviously using the Pat McGrath palette because I just have been dreaming about luxury makeup lately, and so we're just going to use this palette right here. I'm going to go into a Morphe M443. It's just a nice little tapered brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Entrapment, which is this one right here. It looks like a really caramely brown color in the pan, but it actually translates just a little bit deeper on my skin tone, which that's not a problem for me, but I just want you guys to know that it does translate just a smidge deeper. And I'm just going to put this right in my crease, and I'm dragging it all the way over, so I'm basically going all the way from outside to inside corner. I want to make sure it's nice and blended up here first before I go out to the inner corner, or to the outer corner, because I'm going to try and get this nice sharp edge. Okay, now that I kind of have that shape going, I'm actually going to use this little liner Designer Pro by Beauty Blender, and I will say I was the first one to say that this was a complete gimmick and that I would never use it, that I would never spend my money on buying it, but I did. Unfortunately, you can't find it on Sephora's website anymore, so I actually got it off of Amazon, and this is what it looks like. I thought it was going to be like a harder piece, but it's actually a little silicone piece, and I'm going to use the straight edge. So there's a curved edge, another curved edge, and then a very straight edge on this, and I'm just going to use the straight edge, and I'm going to place it right where I want it, which is going to be like right here, and I'm just going to drag this color out to create the outer V, because if you're like me, you just cannot create that outer V naturally with a brush. I need a straight edge, and so I figured since I had this in my possession, I would use this as my straight edge. So I'm basically just blending out the bottom right here on the outer V, and then the top part as well. And I haven't added any additional product, as you can tell. There's still a lot of product on my eye that needs to be blended, so I'm just continuing to blend. And then as I'm blending, I'm just going to drag the extra product into the outer V. Okay, and so you kind of have this shape already. So I do like to wipe it off because it is silicone, and I don't want like the colors to blend or anything like that, or to make any more indentions on my face, so I do like to wipe it off. The next shade we are going to use in the Bronze Seduction palette is going to be this shade right here, and that one is called Disobedient, and I'm going to pick it up on a tapered brush very lightly because it is very pigmented. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to hold this right back where it belongs, and I'm just going to put this color on the outer V. Okay, so that's what we have going on right now. It's got a nice little sharp edge. You don't have to buy this product, okay? Let me just say that right now. You don't have to buy this product. It can work with a credit card or tape or anything that you might have, but I just figured I'd try this out for eyeliner as well. But I figured since I had it, I would just create my sharp edge with this. I am going to go back into our original brush that we were using to blend, and I'm just going to kind of blend these together so that they look just a little bit more seamless. The edge is a little bit darker, and then it kind of fades into a nice little lighter transition. Originally, when I sat down to film, I thought I was going to do a halo eye, and then this came out. So things change. I am going to use a little bit of glitter glue now, as I always do when I'm working with shimmers, just so that I can avoid fallout and all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glitter glue. I'm going to warm it up on my fingers, and I'm going to place it all over the inner corner, all the way to pretty much the center of my lid, not going all the way to the outer V. And on a flat brush, I'm using the Sigma E56. It's just a really small little flat brush. I'm going to pick up the shade right here, which is Guilty Pleasures. It's kind of like a really deep bronzy shade. It's very deep. It kind of has like a slight hue of green to it, but it's more bronze. Just gonna splash a little bit of spray on there, and I'm just going to pack this all over the lid. Okay, and there we are. It's nice and blended into the crease. It's a very brown, bronzy shade, but it has a little bit of green shimmer in it, but I did want to just kind of amp it up a little bit. So I ended up using a different shade. This shade right here called VR Fire Opal, which is a very strange name for it, but it's kind of like a very shimmery shade. You don't need a lot. It does have different dimensions to it, which I think that's why it's called Fire Opal, because it kind of looks green right when you're looking at me straight on. But then if I were to turn to the side, it kind of gives it like this red iridescent color. So I'm just gonna lightly place this right on top of that Guilty Pleasure shade, just to give it a more glossier, more shimmery look to it. And try not to be shy with this color, because as you can tell, it is so pigmented. So now that we've got that down, I've got to blend out this shade where it does not belong. All right, so that is the eye look. We just used 4 shades out of this palette. I love this palette. I don't use it enough. I think it's more so of a collector's item for me, but I had literally been thinking about McGrath palettes and Tasha Denona palettes for I don't know how long now. So I was like, you know what? I think I just need to do a tutorial using the Bronze Seduction palette. I know she's got that new palette out, the Mothership 6, which is the Midnight Sun one. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one because it's beautiful like all the other ones are, but it just did not call to me like I needed to have it. So I'm going to pass on that palette. So I'm just going to love on my Mothership 5 because I absolutely adore it. Okay, so I am going to use the liner designer for my eyeliner, and I did wipe it off so it's nice and clean. I used a makeup wipe. I am going to try the Colourpop BFF liquid liner. This is in the shade Black, or numero uno, I guess is what it's called. But anyway, I'm just using the black one. I'm going to be really careful because this is actually super pigmented, and we'll see. But I really only needed the liner designer to make this line, and then I freehanded everything else. So just let's hold our breaths and say a little prayer. So I'm going to line it up with my eyeshadow again, and I'm just going to go for it. I think I did pretty good, but I gotta finish it. I don't think they match. Oh, what happened? Oh, God. so it's still wet, and I'm just gonna have to close my eyes for a second because it's wet, and if I move my eyes, obviously it is bleeding everywhere. So hold. So even though my eyes are hooded, if I lifted up this eye, you could tell it kind of bled over here, and it's bleeding over on this side as well. There, I tried to fix it on that side, but I'm not going to fix it. Oh God, I'm not going to fix it anymore. This is a super wet liner. And you know, if you don't have issues with hooded eyes, or if you just don't have issues with eyeliner, because you can just whip it on and close your eyes and it'll be fine. But yes, it will. You do need to give it a minute to dry, because I'm noticing on this side, it's just a little bit choppier than it is on this side, and I am not fixing that. Let's just be real. I'm not fixing that. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about this liner. I like that it's really juicy, but it's a little too juicy for my very wrinkly hooded eyes. So I need to clean out all this fallout, because that Opal Fire shade had so much fallout. So I'm just getting a makeup wipe. I'm just gonna gently clean up under my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my waterline and add on some lashes, and then we'll be back to do the rest of the face together. Well, that's gonna go ahead and complete today's makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really just about focusing on the McGrath palette, because I think this is just the most beautiful palette ever, and I know I don't give it enough credit. I don't use it enough, so I just wanted to try something out. I am actually going somewhere today, thankfully, so I'm glad I have a full face of makeup for it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this makeup look, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you know every time I upload my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.